Now to this other story that we mentioned last hour. The United States government has spent taxpayer dollars to the tune of $43 million on one single gas station in that country. What in the world explains this?
You know, it doesn't surprise me, unfortunately. When I served in Afghanistan, we saw this. I mean, the attempt to bring aid and development to Afghanistan has manifested itself in massive boondoggles, where something looks like a great idea on paper, but it's never sustainable for Afghans. This is a perfect example. Afghanistan has big natural gas reserves, so hey, why don't we help them? Why don't we help them cultivate that? It manifests itself in this massively expensive gas station that your average Afghans can't use because they use petroleum-based cars, and it would cost $700 to convert a car, an Afghan car, over to natural gas, which is the amount of an annual income in Afghanistan. It's never going to get used, but somewhere it said, well, this would be a nice development project to help somebody.
This is stupid.
In the meantime, America's taxpayer dollars are being wasted.
This is really dumb stuff here. The average cost to do the same thing on the other side of the border in Pakistan is $500,000. Pete, there is so much corruption in Afghanistan. You can't control the dollars. You don't know where they go. 43 million? Really?
And it's only going to get worse, Bill. As we have less presence and less eyes and less influence, we're going to have to rely on a fewer number of contractors to do these things, which is why so many are calling into question the ability to do these types of aid and development projects at all. It took an inspector general to expose it. The Defense Department stonewalled. They didn't want anybody looking at this project because you can't justify $43 million for a gas station that's not improving the lives of any Afghans. That's the point of development, is to improve the lives of Afghans.
Right on.
This
in that article,
do it.
The most troubling issue about all this, Pete, is how the Department of Defense was not able or unwilling to explain why the ill-conceived project was so darn expensive. Wow.
Yeah, they want the funding to continue, and the problem is so many of these development projects. Think about opium and the project to get rid of the opium trade, which has only flourished since then. It was never grounded in sustainability. That's the word we used in Afghanistan. Is it sustainable? Is it Afghan good enough? Could the Afghans continue it? What a great example of something that couldn't be continued, and through any number of reasons was the cost on it is just unbelievably absurd. Corruption doesn't even treat it fairly.
You said it. Was it Afghan good enough? 43 million.
Yeah.
I think we answered our own question. Thank you, Pete Hegseth in Minneapolis today.
Thank you,
Pete.